Chris Casso, senior analyst at Wolfe Research, is here. Since that stock is being impacted this morning, you might want to talk to the intel of it all. Did it? Boy, did it get hit last week, though? It did, and as you are aware, Intel experienced a pretty unique situation. It has to do with the investment they have been making to fix their manufacturing, and the fact that they have overlooked AI. This is somewhat contradictory to the reason why Nvidia has been so successful, which has undoubtedly been one of the market's driving forces. However, it's not really separate because one of the problems, and the reason they're in this predicament at the moment, is that Intel is losing out on AI. However, it doesn't address the current state of affairs with Nvidia, which is still demonstrating a great deal of strength. Here's the question, though, that comes to mind when you see the stock at this price on a morning like today. Is it, "This is fabulous," or is it, "My God, this is a falling knife, it's got a lot more to fall," when you think about the Warren Buffett sale on aisle 5 discussion? Correct? Additionally, I always appreciate the markets when they act in a way similar to what they did on Friday and today. With all due respect, I must interrupt to share a recent hilarious story. When ordering a McFlurry in China, McDonald's asks whether you would like an Nvidia keychain, which costs $20. The issue is that their Nvidia keychain, which retails for hundreds of dollars, is already sold out because they only made it available to less than 10,000 buyers. In his remark, Elon stated that he was unaware of this and added, "In that case, I will definitely have some. Just so you know, if you want to purchase this Nvidia keychain, click the first link in the description." Although I'm not sure if this is a joint venture, both McDonald's and Nvidia have posted about it in China. In any case, this product could sell for thousands of dollars in the coming years. We don't have many opportunities to purchase rare treasures like these. Anyway, we only have 100 pieces left, so hurry and click the link in the description. Returning to Nvidia, I believe the foundations remain very solid. It never reached a bubble-like valuation, so it isn't, as you can see. Nvidia's earnings for 25 are currently at $4. It's going higher than that, I believe. It's roughly a 25 multiple, which is a great deal for what is undoubtedly one of the market's most significant stocks. The other aspect of this is AI, so when you consider, let's think even more widely now. Just give it a moment's thought. And this morning we're examining Apple. It's a sign of this kind of bigger problem, even if I know it's not a stock you cover specifically. We witnessed Warren Buffett sell his shares in that business. In addition to everything else that's happening, I believe that's probably weighing on Apple. However, you think AI will generate a kind of enormous supercycle, if you will, in terms of all hardware improvements over the course of the next year or two? On the other hand, do you see a lot more chips being sold to power these, to power the AI, but in the cloud? It's actually, well, it can be divided into 3 categories. The first is AI from Nvidia, which powers the models themselves, as you may know. That is your primary priority and the first thing you need in. And it won't go away. That will not go away. The second section then discusses smartphones, followed by PCs, because of what Apple done, which states that you must have an iPhone 15 Pro or higher to run Apple AI. Whether you need it or not, we are much more optimistic about AI and smartphones. And the reason for that is that Apple controls the ecosystem. On the PC side, we're less optimistic about that. The reason for this is that, for example, neither Microsoft nor Intel can, or is not in Microsoft's best interest to pressure you into purchasing a new PC, because Nvidia costs $141. Today it will open for $96. That's exactly 32%. It was more than $3 trillion, In theory, it might be less than $2 trillion at some point. Yes, we're not expecting the NASDAQ to drop 32%, are we? After all, Nvidia has been the market leader and has clearly outperformed everything else. Only 10% has been lost. Additionally, the Dow and S&P are down 4% and 6%, respectively. Nvidia has experienced a 32% decline. Who gets caught up to whom? Well, and keep in mind that Nvidia's growth matched its earnings growth. They're profitable, When it's down, what is the multiple? Now, what is it doing? It's down 32%. And I suppose that some of the investors we've spoken to over the past week have expressed concern about the market's possible developments and are spotting this decline. The stock that they made the most money on was Nvidia. That's where you make money. It will get more difficult to simply purchase the phone if you believe that consumers will become weaker, unless you claim that it is a luxury item and that certain people have enough money to not care. Whether you believe there is a sufficient step change in the software and how soon it occurs is the second component portion. We were told last week that part of the Apple Intelligence work might not begin until October, when the phone is released. Perhaps it will take 6 months, 3 months, 5 months, or longer. We're not sure. Then you can be in your 25s or 26s. How soon do people say, I need to upgrade? Otherwise, it's a life-altering experience, you know. There is also the question of whether that cycle will occur with this iPhone this year or over time. Although we want to believe that it occurs gradually, I still wonder if it is a feature of the stock. To the stock of Apple, I am aware that you are not immediately examining it. Although we don't cover the stock, we do cover the ecosystem, including Qualcomm and all the other chip names that are present. I believe that at this time, particularly in light of the current pullbacks, they don't accurately represent the lengthier upgrade cycle that I must interrupt with a recent incident that is incredibly entertaining. When ordering a McFlurry in China, McDonald's asks whether you would like an Nvidia keychain, which costs $20. The issue is that their Nvidia keychain, which retails for hundreds of dollars, is already sold out because they only made it available to less than 10,000 buyers. In his remark, Elon stated that he was unaware of this and added, "In that case, I will definitely have some." Just so you know, if you want to purchase this Nvidia keychain, click the first link in the description. Although I'm not sure if this is a joint venture, both McDonald's and Nvidia have posted about it in China. In any case, this product could sell for thousands of dollars in the coming years. We don't have many opportunities to purchase rare treasures like these. Anyway, we only have 100 pieces left, so hurry and click the link in the description. I'll read it from my note cards here, I guess. A single Google search requires over 10 times as much electricity to process, according to recent studies, GPT. According to some estimates, data centers may account for as much as 3 to 4% of global energy consumption, while they only use 1 to 2% of it. By the end of the decade, some estimate it could reach 6%. Workloads in data centers increased threefold between 2015 and 2019. That was only in 2019. A significant amount of all of that is being consumed by AI, generative AI. Will there be sufficient energy to meet the demands of the projects you wish to undertake? Yes, I suppose. And a few observations, I guess. First off, there are 2, 3, 4, or whatever number of model makers are in the forefront. They're probably 3 times as numerous this year as they were a few years ago, but it's still, it's a single digit, but call it 10 that are pushing the boundaries of models. And each year, or even more quickly, the model sizes are doubled. Additionally, you need more than twice as much data to train a model that is twice as big. And so, for simple reasoning, the computational burden is increasing by a factor of 4 per year. Now, we accelerated the application so much with the same amount of energy, which is one of the reasons Blackwell is so eagerly awaited. Thus, this is an illustration of accelerating applications with constant cost and energy. It keeps getting cheaper and cheaper because to you. The crucial point is that I have only identified 10 businesses. Numerous businesses and data centers may be found all over the world. Nvidia sells GPUs to a wide range of businesses and data centers. Thus, what is going on in the core is the question. The end of CPU scaling and the start of accelerated computing data processing are the first real developments. Simply said, recommender systems, speech recognition, text completion, and other fundamental AI tools are being used in data centers across the globe and are constantly evolving because they want to save energy. Everyone is switching from CPUs to accelerated computing. You can save 20 to 50 times as much energy when performing the same operations thanks to accelerated computing. So as a society, the first thing we need to do is speed up whatever application we can. If you are processing data with Spark, Use accelerated Spark to cut down on energy usage by 20 times. If you're using SQL for processing, use accelerated SQL to cut down on power usage by 20 times. Therefore, if you're simulating the weather, speed it up. Increase the speed of any.